For a place to hold classes today after a tornado tore through the southern Mississippi town of Hattiesburg just before dawn Saturday morning. 4 people were killed as the tornado, with top wind speeds of 136 miles an hour, ripped a 25-mile-long path through 3 counties. AccuWeather.com meteorologist Frank Strait.
As for the areas that have already been hit, obviously you don't want to get in the way of the emergency responders there and people trying to clean up the damage. Probably a day that it's better to stay at home.
The hundreds of buildings that have been damaged or destroyed in Hattiesburg may total, in terms of damages, more than $200 million. The state of New York is now requiring health insurance companies to pay for medically necessary abortions and most forms of contraception. Governor Andrew Cuomo says the regulations will ensure that women in his state have access to health care. I'm Christopher Cruz.
Getting a great night's sleep is easier and more affordable than you might think. You don't need a new expensive mattress or sleeping pills. You just need to change your sheets. Hi, I'm Scott Tannen, founder of Boll & Branch. What makes Boll & Branch sheets different is that they're meticulously crafted from pure 100% organic cotton. And because we only sell online, we've cut out all of the expensive retail markups. Plus, if you go to bollandbranch.com today, we'll give you $50 off your first set of sheets when you use promo code SOFT. bollandbranch.com, spelled B-O-L-L and branch.com. Promo code SOFT.
Do you owe more than $8,500 to the IRS? If so, we are going to give you the most important number you may ever need to end your IRS nightmare. You may have heard of the tax settlement program with the IRS. Well, the IRS will be making drastic changes which will make it more difficult to reduce your tax debt. Call Platinum Tax Defenders today to learn how you can resolve your tax nightmare before these new changes go into effect. Call 800-405-1225. 800-405-1225. 800-405-1225.
From the KFNX WeatherBug Weather Center, this morning a clear sky, sunshine today with a high of 60, partly to mostly cloudy, passing shower tonight, low 50. Cloudy and breezy, showers are likely Monday, maybe a thunderstorm, high 60. Tuesday, sunny, high 56. I'm meteorologist Jim Rinaldi from the KFNX WeatherBug Weather Center.
Currently, in downtown Phoenix, it's 46 degrees.
Next news in 30 minutes or when it breaks. Here on Independent Talk, 1100 KFNX.
The Office Pile is one of the top co-working spaces in the nation because it provides the best office space for a multicultural and diverse business community. If you're a business owner looking to rent space, join today for as little as $165 a month. Never a contract or long-term lease. The Office Pile offers you the most beautiful and affordable office space and event hosting destination in Arizona. We can host any event from 2 to 500 guests. TheOfficePile.com, TheOfficePile.com.
The Savage Nation, afternoons at 5 p.m.
I don't want to hear the word Trump or Hillary for 24 hours, please. When is this world ever going to come back to me?
Monday through Friday, Independent Talk, 1100 KFNX.
Upper Crust Pizza Patio and Wine Bar is the Valley hotspot. Stop by for happy hour weekdays from 4 to 7 p.m. with wine, beer, food, and drink specials. Or bring the family in on Tuesday for family night with $10 one-topping 18-inch pizzas. Wednesday, half off all bottles of wine on the regular list of over 40 bottles. Upper Crust Pizza Patio and Wine Bar on the southeast corner of Cave Creek and the 101. Visit uppercrustwinebar.com. uppercrustwinebar.com.
Hey, I'm Don McDowell. Join me every Sunday morning, 7 to 9 for Shake, Rattle, and Troll, Arizona's only exclusive fishing show. A look at local, regional, national tournaments, recreational fishing, freshwater, saltwater, and beyond. Shake, Rattle, and Troll is brought to you by Bill Chrysler Jeep and Dodge, Sunday morning, 7 to 9, right here on KFNX 1100.
Live from Phoenix, this is the Entrepreneurs in Fuego, the #1 multimedia broadcast show for entrepreneurs in Arizona. And now, here's your host, Francisco Javier.
Good morning and welcome to the Entrepreneurs in Fuego radio show. We're the #1 multimedia broadcast show for entrepreneurs in the world. We are.
Muy buenos días. Good morning, everybody. My name is AZERETH, and I'm so happy to be part of this team with Francisco.
Interestingly enough, the voice that you hear comes from the universe because that's one of our special guests today. He's going to be AZERETH. But before I introduce AZERETH, because, you know, AZERETH is just comes in and out of the mic, and we just don't know when she shows up. But before we introduce AZERETH, and I have a story about AZERETH. For those of you who are unfamiliar with her, I will share that with you. Franchesca Santana, CEO and founder of Frans Kitchen. Frans Kitchen is the premier Arizona provider of fresh, organic, gourmet home meal service. Just the best of the best. Francesca's Kitchen provides great tasting, wholesome meals and good health. Franchesca has a Dominican-insured twist to her foods. Her gourmet prepared meals are individually made and ordered twice a week, never frozen and ready to eat. They say, you are what you eat. Good morning, Franchesca.
Good morning.
You are, your service is like having your own personal chef, isn't it?
Yes, and that's the concept, ideally, but with a lot of customizations for your height and weight.
Y con un poquito de Dominican flavor and love, yes?
Claro, el sazón.
El sazón, exactly. She has an incredible story behind the concept, as everybody else here in the studio today, and we were going to find out about that on the other half of the show. Kim Hartleraoad, managing partner, winemaker of Blue Cape Cellars LLC.
Got it.
Exactly. Back in September 2011, Kim obtained the Certified Specialist of Wine title by passing the exam for it in Napa.
Yes.
Back in the day.
In the headquarters of Trinchero offices.
You started a small production wine label and has released the Pinot Grigio. His Pinot Noir also was released in 2014. We're going to talk about those too. And garnered a double gold medal in the 34th annual San Francisco International Wine Competition. That is a feat. I mean, that is not an easy thing to do. And for those people who know about wine, this is like just winning the World Series, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Indeed. And of course, we have AZERETH in the studio.
Good morning. I am AZERETH, and I will be talking a little bit about what foods makes us a little bit more sexy for our partners.
Interesting. I always thought, AZERETH, that just wine was the thing that would do the trick, but you're saying that foods also do the trick?
Oh, absolutely. And wine. Oh, my God. I have some stories about wine, but I will not talk about it right now. It's too early.
It's too early for the wine stories? I have some stories about wine, but they date back to college, and I think I soon forget those wine stories. And as we approach, of course, Valentine's. AZERETH, are you single? Are you in a relationship?
Oh, no. I am a smart woman. I am single and happy.
Okay.
Very happy.
Because, people have asked me through social media if you were single and what the story is, AZERETH, because, of course, promoting this show today has been incredibly controversial. I've received death threats. No, I'm just kidding. I've just received all this mail.
That was my stalker.
I've received all this mail saying, "My goodness gracious, what is happening to the show?" And I said, "Well, AZERETH is a beautiful woman, and I don't know whether she's single, she's married, and
I'm a very sweet single woman. I learned
you're
early,
sweet, yeah,
very sweet, very sweet,
Mm.
and I learned a long time ago that I was not supposed to be in love because I'm a very dramatic woman and I go really psycho, and that's not good. It's not good.
It's not
healthy for me to be single.
Very good, and that's of course AZERETH, who is going to be telling us about our horoscopes, right? About the stars and what is in the stars for us.
Yes, I talk about a lot of things, nonsense sometimes, but today I will be talking about what foods makes us sexy for our partners.
Well, we do have two pros in here and two specialists in food and wine, and I think as we approach Valentine's Day, we have to start thinking about what to do with our loved one and what to do for our loved one, I suppose, which is what we're going to talk about: love, food, wine, and inspiration.
Absolutely.
This portion of the show is being brought to you by Saguaro Hotspot, delivering in studio social Wi-Fi. Saguaro Hotspot, now affiliated with the Phoenix Network. You can always call 602-618-6626, 602-618-6626. It's portable Wi-Fi. When you enter the studio here at KFNX, you enter the Enfuego zone.
Enfuego.
That's Azereth, of course. Anytime I say the Fuego word, and she, of course, gets all excited about it, I suppose. And to be connected, all you have to do is log in with your social media account onto the Enfuego zone.
Enfuego.
See what I'm saying? And you're in. See, as Azereth is going to be telling us about our horoscopes a little bit later on. But good morning. Let me go back to the top with Franchesca. Good morning. I know, Franchesca, this is a stretch where you've been working all night on all your foods, and you're probably running just on caffeine right now because you got maybe just 2 hours of sleep. But here you are, Franchesca. Good morning again.
Good morning.
Tell us a little bit about your business. Tell us a little bit about Frans Kitchen.
Frans Kitchen was founded a few years ago. I guess the concept started with me getting sick, and it kind of morphed into helping other people. So I'm a cancer survivor, and I went through some pretty traumatic stuff. Very fun stuff though, and it made me want to help other people find their way through health and food. And so we created the kitchen.
So let me understand this. You had an incredibly traumatic experience, and I'm not going to make light of it. I mean, this is something that could have killed you, and millions of people per year here in the United States, they suffer and go through cancer episodes. And here you are. You took that episode, that cancer. You're a cancer survivor, that illness, and you turned it into a business because you figured other people would benefit from your experience. Is that what you did?
Yes. Well, part of the reason why I turned it into a business is because nobody really talks about nutrition when you're sick. They kind of give you the green door to eat whatever you want. And the reality is what got you sick to begin with is what you were eating. And the lack of conversation between the physician and the client and the patient about what you should be doing in order to get well sooner is just not happening.
It wasn't there. So nobody told you, all right, so these are the foods that you need to eat because of your condition.
Correct.
And so that's how you created Frans Kitchen.
Yes.
That's an incredible story. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that. But Kim Hartleraoad, his managing partner and winemaker of Blue Cape Cellars. It's not Blue Carpet, it's Blue Cape Cellars.
If you spilled the wine on your carpet, it would probably be close to blue.
Exactly. But Blue Cape is, the name itself has a very unique story.
Very personal story. My late mother was a registered nurse, and when we were thinking of just the name for the wine, I thought, I remembered my father and I used to pick her up from her shift as a private nurse in this really beautiful mansion, and she would walk down this walkway through this orchard to the car, and that image I wanted to capture on a label. And a wonderful artist named Kevin Doherty in Paso Robles or San Luis Obispo came up with this beautiful sketch. First, we had a sketch that looked like a nurse kind of ghosted out with the blue cape, and I said, let's get something a little softer. Then he came up with what I call the Wuthering Heights label. It's this woman walking through this field, and it almost looks like walking through a wheat field. And my mother grew up on a wheat farm, so that kind of put all those images together.
And that is very cool. But there's another story behind the Blue Cape also, and your mother. Tell us a little bit about
the client, her famous client.
There's a famous client that maybe a lot of people will not recognize, but I will make. I might even sing a couple of the songs that this gentleman. They might recognize.
My mother was a private nurse hired by Cole Porter to take care of his mother when she needed 24/7 care. And there was an interesting story of my late aunt and my mom got in an argument in San Francisco at dinner one night because my aunt said, "This is Cole Porter's latest song." My mother said, "No, yes, no, yes, no." All of a sudden, we realized that my mother had heard him compose it. So she heard it a lot earlier than when it was released.
And I'm wondering whether that song was Night and Day, or I Get a Kick Out of You, or I've Got You Under My Skin, my heart belongs to Daddy.
Maybe it was
Begin
all
to
of
Begin. You're at the top. I mean, this is Cole Porter, for crying out loud. One of the best composers of the 20th century.
Cole Porter spent a good amount of time
American
outside
Songbook.
of Peru, Indiana, which is where we're from. It's 70 miles north of Indianapolis, and it was famous for being, by the way, the winter headquarters of the greatest show on earth, which is now closing.
It is closing. Actually,
anyway.
after 140 plus years or something like that. Yeah,
but anyway.
143 years. But that's what happens, and we're going to be discussing about the merits of your wine. A little bit of a story as to how you get that gold medal, a double gold medal, not just one, but double gold, which is, again, is like winning the Super Bowl many times over. And of course, we're going to be also discussing with Franchesca, which, of course, I love your name because, it's my female version, right? I'm Francisco and you're Franchesca, so I can never forget your name. And of course, in studio we have AZERETH, who has descended from the universe to tell us a lot about love.
Love, exactly.
Yeah, and as we get closer to Valentine's Day, AZERETH, is there any special recommendations that you give lovers or couples?
Absolutely. Actually, there's an event that I will be in, and there's going to be tips from a sexologist. And
did you say tips?
Tips.
Oh, tips. Oh, okay. Yeah, I get it. I understand.
And we also accept tips. But anyways, there's going to be recommendations of mutual massage for the couples and many things. It's going to be, I will be performing a dance. I will have gentleman dancers, and we're going to...
You're also a dancer, AZERETH?
I am everything. I come from the universe. And I can do anything. I can speak all the languages.
You're very flexible then.
Oh, yes. I could put my leg way up.
No, I was thinking about flexible in terms of your...
I'm sorry. I'm a little bit different. But anyways, yes, I would like to invite everybody to celebrate February, the month of love. And also, if you're single, there's ways to love yourself, and you'll be very satisfied.
Okay, and I would imagine we will get some tips about how to love yourself.
Absolutely, it is February 24th at the Alpine House, 1204 East Roosevelt. It starts at 8 p.m. and everybody, you could wear a mask so you could be yourself and not be too shy.
Exactly. So for those of you who want to get a picture or a mental picture of what AZERETH looks like, unfortunately this is radio and I can only describe what AZERETH looks like. And AZERETH looks like a character who came from the universe wearing a very skin-tight Batwoman-like outfit. How long did it take you to get into that outfit, AZERETH?
I apologize for being a little bit late, but I have to put baby powder all over my lush skin.
Do you do it yourself, or do you have an assistant who helps you with the baby powder?
I have an imaginary friend who helps me all the time.
Okay, and so you put baby powder, and that's how you're able to slip into the outfit that you're wearing right now?
Yes.
It's a very provocative outfit.
Yes, I really enjoy it because it's very shiny and very black and dark, and sometimes we have to show a little bit of our darkness because it's also sensual.
You want to show a little bit of your darkness? Is that what you said, AZERETH?
My outfit, of course.
Oh, I see. And you had the assistance of the imaginary friend, you said, in order to get into that outfit, and that's the reason that you were late here in the studio today.
Yes, my friend also comes from the universe.
I see. I'm just wondering what else is in that head. I think we're going to find out a little bit later. But right now, let's talk a little bit about, because as we are approaching February the 14th, Valentine's Day, AZERETH, I want to be able to talk a little bit about food and wine, which you say is very essential, is very important for couples, and it's.
I actually have. I would like to read 3 horoscopes at a time, so you guys don't get bored. But let me start with Aries. Aries, you are very attractive.
You're gonna jump right into the horoscope.
Absolutely, because there's 12.
Oh, okay. AZERETH, this is your show. You do whatever you want to do.
3 at a time. 3 at a time.
Okay, go ahead.
Aries, you are very attractive and usually always get what you want. I recommend for you the avocado because it increases the blood flow in the family jewels. Taurus, you are beautiful. You don't need no food. But chocolate will make you even sweeter because Taurus is very sweet.
Was that Taurus?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Excuse my accent. Excuse
that's...
Gemini, since you are sweet and sour, I would go with any fruit. Any fruit. Just add chili powder, just to make it a little, spicy. And that's my 3, and then we'll continue with the other 3.
Okay, well let's ask Franchesca here, because Franchesca is an expert in foods. In your estimation, Franchesca, what do your clients ask for when they order the food? Because you prepare foods, right?
Yes.
And that is what you do with a Dominican twist. So what is the more popular foods that your clients request?
Ooh, that's a really good question. My kitchen operates like a chef's table, so whatever Fran feels like cooking.
Oh, okay.
They eat.
So I can nice. So I can say, well, I'm in the mood for maybe something more like avocado, or I just give you kind of the ingredients, and then you go ahead and prepare something. Yes. You see, so we are surprised as much in Fran's kitchen as we are with AZERETH, with our horoscope, and let's pair some wines with those foods. Kim Hartleraoad, of course, he is managing partner of Blue Cape Cellars, and he's brought 2 bottles of wine today.
Yes.
Kim, what do we talk about? One of those bottles that you brought in, any one of those?
Okay. Well, probably one of the sexier wines is the 2013.
You call it the sexier wine?
Well, because one of the things that we note is that it has a little bit of a brighter color than our 2012. We produce both wines with basically unfiltered and unfined wines to give it a very natural taste. But a lot of and flavor, and not just strip flavors, because Pinot Noir is kind of a mild, can be a mild flavored grape, and if you over filter it, you can kill a lot of the flavor that's really nice to stay there. But the nice thing about filtering a wine like this is it becomes very transparent. So when it's in the glass, it's this absolutely beautiful kind of a light cherry color.
And Pinot Noir is probably one of the most highly prized wines in the world. Is that right?
It is. The one of the most famous Pinot Noirs called Domaine Romanée-Conti, and that runs for $1,600 a bottle, maybe the first out, and only a few bottles get here to the state of Arizona. So it's that allocated also.
And this is the wine that you produce. This is the one that you came up with.
The Pinot Noir,
the Pinot Noir,
the grape, yes. And this is the one I wanted to try to do. It's if you make a good Pinot Noir, which Blue Cape Cellars is, you can really get a really, really nice. It's just a light flavored. It's not heavy. It's not so alcoholic that you have to take a nap after the first glass. Although that might be kind of sensual.
And of course, we will ask AZERETH about the sensuality of Pinot Noir. Are you familiar with Pinot Noir, AZERETH?
For me, I just like red wine, so I think I would rather get a gift, like a nice purse for $1,600 would be okay for me. I'm not picky.
Instead of the wine, you're not picky. You would rather have probably a Louis Vuitton bag for $1,600 rather than drinking your gift.
Exactly, because you don't get to enjoy it too much.
and I see, and I would not be surprised if by the end of the show some of your admirers would probably send money to you to buy the gift. You have thousands and thousands of admirers, indeed. Pinot Noir, Fran, goes well with what? And I know that it's kind of a general wine, right? And I know sometimes the Pinot Noir is like the fail-safe wine, right? I mean, if you don't know what kind of wine to pair with, say, duck or mushroom risotto or pizza, you just go, okay, I'll have the Pinot Noir.
It's definitely a safer wine, especially for those that aren't used to drinking. So I'm assuming you can't go wrong with dishes that are heavier if you're not if you're not eating red meat, if you want like a fish and you're not really a white wine fan, Pinot Noir pairs very well with seafood.
In your menu, and you have this Dominican insured, like you said in your in your side, this flavors, right? Esta sazón, which is that seasoning, which is very, very, very special for our Latin culture, and particularly for Dominican foods. Is there one specialty that you have that you're like, this is my signature dish? People know me because of blank. What is that?
It would be an eggplant lasagna.
Yummy.
Eggplant lasagna. What makes it different in your preparation from other eggplant lasagnas?
So our lasagna is definitely made without the pasta, of course, because we're trying to keep everybody healthy and beautiful.
Wow!
Oh, no.
And we're looking at a picture right now of the eggplant lasagna, which is it is unbelievable. It's very colorful, and it looks very filling, right? I mean, you would never know that it's without the pasta, like you were talking about.
Correct.
Wow.
There's plantains at the bottom of the lasagna pan.
Platanitos.
Plátano
maduro with the lasagna. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Azereth, you speak Spanish a little bit, yes?
Yes, of course.
Do you like plátano maduro?
I like plátano maduro, no maduro. Tú dame plátano, yo quiero.
And of course that was a very, very, very easy question to ask of Azereth, because we just, Azereth is just the epitome of sensuality. We just have to tread very carefully when we ask the questions for Azereth.
Sorry.
Pinot Noir. Mr. Kim Hartleraoad, you just brought up this first beautiful bottle on the other side of the show. We're going to talk about your prize wine, which is, I want to have a little time for
the
that.
Double gold.
The double gold, because, it is not only, and this is full disclosure, I don't drink. I stopped drinking about 22 years ago. Would you believe that, Azereth?
Oh, my God.
Yeah. I mean, I get...
Can somebody pour a drink on you and probably drink from your body? Is that okay? Or is
that would be perfectly fine, so long as it is you, Azereth. And that would be fine. I would be the subject of that torture, if you will. And I would be just fine with that. That would be no problem.
Well, that's very good. A lot of people choose not to drink, and I should have chosen probably that a long time ago.
But you can. But
I like wine.
Well, the thing is that I see you, Azereth, and I just get drunk seeing you. I just get inebriated with your beauty.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the compliment.
Well, it is the truth. We are talking about love, food, wine, and inspiration, and of course, in this hour, we've talked about the three of them, and I think that we talked a little bit or a lot about love. We're here with Azereth. We talked about wine. We talked about what to pair with this is its signature dish from Frans' Kitchen, which is a Dominican-inspired, Dominican-infused lasagna that had plátanos maduros, which we now learned is the favorite fruit for Azereth. Is that correct, Azereth?
Absolutely.
Am I correct in saying that?
Oh, yes, definitely.
You like plátano maduro then?
I love it.
Exactly. Any particular madurez, any particular age for the plátano maduro?
The older and the more highly financed, the better.
Perfect. On the other side, we'll be right back with more Entrepreneurs en Fuego.
Coverage you can count on around the clock. News, weather, and the KFNX traffic team. Independent Talk, 1100 KFNX.
Hundreds of thousands of people marched in hundreds of cities throughout the United States yesterday, challenging President Trump. In Washington, 500,000 people showed up. They included many celebrities like actress Edie Falco.
He has been inaugurated, apparently, though I didn't watch it. I have never felt this kind of dissent. My system ever in my life. I follow rules. I do the right thing. Something inside of me that I've come to trust with every huge decision in my life is saying, be here today and never stop fighting.
In a tweet this morning, Trump said of the march, celebs hurt the cause badly. Mr. Trump told about 400 CIA employees Saturday that he stands strongly behind them.
Maybe sometimes you haven't gotten the backing that you've wanted, and you're going to get so much backing. Maybe you're going to say, please don't give us so much backing. Mr. President, please, we don't need that much backing.
Mr. Trump is to meet his first foreign leader as president on Friday, British Prime Minister Theresa May. I'm Christopher Cruz.
Getting a great night's sleep is easier and more affordable than you might.
The Office Pile is one of the top co-working spaces in the nation because it provides the best office space for a multicultural and diverse business community. If you're a business owner looking to rent space, join today for as little as $165 a month. Never a contract or long-term lease. The Office Pile offers you the most beautiful and affordable office space and event hosting destination in Arizona. We can host any event from 2 to 500 guests. TheOfficePile.com, TheOfficePile.com.
Hi, I found a toy dinosaur over on the playground by Smith Street. It had this phone number on it, and, well, I just wanted to make sure the dinosaur made it back to its little owner.
When I found the little sippy cup, I just had to give you a call. It's for a kid, you know?
I know my son gets super attached to the smallest things, even a fire truck, and I'd be happy to drop it off.
We'd do anything for kids, yet 1 in 6 children in the U.S. struggle with hunger. Help end childhood hunger near you. Learn how at feedingamerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
I'm Francis Battaglia, president of Independent Talk 1100 KFNX, and we're expanding our lineup of local talk shows. We're looking for individuals, business owners, and professionals to host their own radio talk show. This would be a new weekly show that either you pay for or help get sponsors to fund your show. You would pick the topic, select guests, and take calls from the listening audience. There is no experience necessary, and we provide training. Call me at 602-277-1100, extension 1463, 602-277-1100. Extension 1463.
Do you need a little automotive know-how? Well, you're in luck. Listen Mondays at 4 p.m. to Automotive Know-How, brought to you by AutoRepairArizona.com.
Fred and Dave, we will be discussing car care and repair with local automotive experts. Call in with any automotive questions Monday at 4 p.m.
Automotive Know-How is brought to you by AutoRepairArizona.com. That's AutoRepairArizona.com, where you'll find trusted Napa Auto Care centers located throughout the Valley of the Sun.
Listen to Automotive Know-How every Monday at 4 p.m.
Man, do I love card night. You ready, boys? You got a king?
Go, fish, Dad!
Oh, come on! This is WWE superstar Titus O'Neil. It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today. Learn more at 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Welcome back. My name is Francisco Javier. I am joined by my guest co-host, Franchesca Santana, CEO and founder of Frans Kitchen. My goodness gracious, if you have not had her food, please do yourself a favor and contact Fran. And we're going to find out how to contact Franchesca here in a second, but we're also joined in by Kim Hartleraoad, managing partner, winemaker of Blue Cape Cellars LLC, and the great AZERETH, of course, astrologer to the stars and to entrepreneurs at large. And of course, we have AZERETH here, who is going to give us 3 random horoscopes, correct, AZERETH?
Yes, I'm going to go ahead and start with the Sagittarius, just because my friend, the winemaker, who probably makes a lot of money, is Sagittarius, and I like those kind of men. So
you like the men who make a lot of money, or do you like really just Sagittarius people?
The men that make lots of money.
Okay, because we heard about you want a purse for $1,600, so instead of the wine that he makes. Is that what we understand?
I can have both. I'm not picky.
It's a very good thing. So go ahead. So we now have Sagittarius.
Mm-hmm. You like the natural things in life. So for you, I recommend papaya and passion fruit. That will wake up every single part of your sex appeal. So just imagine all that blood in there is going to be waken up. It's for all the sexiness in there. So then I'm going to go with Capricorn.
That would be me. I am Capricorn. That's right.
Oops. For you, I recommend milk, because you are a traditional man, and you also love the women's milk containers. Aquarius, water with paprika and honey. That will help you slow down the excitement and enjoy to the fullest. Scorpio.
Uh-huh.
I recommend marijuana brownie, so you could chill.
So marijuana, of course, now is only legal for medicinal purposes. So you're recommending a medicinal purpose marijuana brownies.
Now,
Is that what I
they
understand?
must have their marijuana card, because if they don't have it, it's illegal.
Oh, I see.
So you have to be legal.
All right.
But that will help them control their jealousy issues, because Scorpios, they're very jealous people.
Scorpio are very jealous people, you're saying?
Yes. And let's go with Libra.
Mm-hmm.
Libra, you're elegant and charming. I think cinnamon is ideal because the smell stimulates their mind and their soul.
Uh-huh. And you speak from your personal experience, AZERETH?
Absolutely. I am very familiar with all the signs. I have a little bit of all the signs, but my strongest is Pisces.
I see.
That would be me.
You're Pisces, Franchesca?
Yes.
Oh,
okay.
my mother was a Pisces. So.
There you go. So Francesca's a Pisces, and AZERETH is going to search deep in her mind. She is right now. She's concentrating because, of course, we have Franchesca from Frans Kitchen, who is a Pisces, and of course we want to make sure that you get it right,
Absolutely.
AZERETH. I mean, we don't want to.
And please do not get insulted, because I know everything. I know the truth.
You are from the universe, indeed. Mm-hmm.
So Pisces, for you, it's every food and every drink. Everything makes you excited. So you should probably take a nap once in a while.
AZERETH, and so how did you come up with this astrology predictions and so forth? Does it come to you from the universe? Do you get a calling like at 2:00 in the morning while you're enjoying your plátano maduro, which we found out is your favorite fruit? So you get inspired? What happens?
What it is that I started playing with magic.
Playing with what?
With magic.
Uh-huh. Oh, okay. Playing with magic. I see.
After they play all the time.
Uh-huh.
And then I started like candles and midnight and the moon, and all of a sudden I just started knowing everything, and it just come to me in the dreams.
Uh-huh.
And my best friend, Teresa Suarez, she created me.
Yes.
And she created me with so much passion that I'm so accurate in all the horoscopes that I read.
You're very accurate then.
Yes.
Incredibly accurate.
I surprise myself sometimes.
So when you say, for instance, in my case, that I like what did you say? Milk?
Milk, yes.
I like milk.
And milk women's containers.
Oh, I
like
see.
That too.
And you're quite right. As a matter of fact, it's like you entered into my mind and you read my mind, and of course you're so accurate. I am completely impressed by the accuracy of your astrological powers, AZERETH.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Francisco. And some people, they really do appreciate that, because I am an early birdie, but I also stay up after midnight just so I could be even more accurate, because that is important to me, to give the real truth to the people.
Well, you are an early bird. In fact, you're here in studio. It is 6:00 in the morning, so you must be. I probably would venture to guess that you never went to sleep in that black cat or night owl outfit. We learned in the previous hour that your imaginary friend took a lot of pains to put baby powder in your body, and so that you can get inside that outfit, which is it looks like it was sewn on you, in fact. Very, very interesting.
Yes. I'm working on having my body a little bit smaller because it was a little bit bigger, and
I think it's perfect. I don't think that is any. I don't think that you have to do anything to it.
It's just too bad this is radio,
Exactly, and that's one of the things that we're getting thumbs up from the audience to my comment that you look just fine. That there's absolutely nothing that you need to do, AZERETH. You are created in the universe, and of course, that body, I think, belongs to the universe.
Absolutely. And this body also, does like nice gifts. So if anybody wants to give nice gifts, I totally appreciate them.
and I have no doubt that after the show, you will be showered with gifts. And talking about gifts, let's talk to Let's talk to Franchesca, because one of the best gifts that one could give is the gift of food. So do you have like food baskets, or can somebody order food for somebody else through your services? Let's say that I wanted to give AZERETH the gift of maybe a food basket, or I want to send her a plate of platanitos maduros or something, because I believe plátano is the favorite food for AZERETH. Is that something that I could order through you, or Franchesca, or what can I order through your site?
Yes, we normally accept. We do gift cards, I guess you can call it, for other clients that want to give the gift of health to their friends.
Exactly. Because of your own experience, you went through such a traumatic event that you would want yourself to give that gift to people, and that's where you created Frans Kitchen. It would occur to me that if I own a company and I want to give somebody the gift of health, that I could just go to your site and order it from there. Is that correct?
Yes.
And what is your website at this point?
It's franskitchenaz.com.
And there you can order directly through there?
Yes.
And also you have this service. Explain that, how it works. The 2 meals a day, or the prep foods. How does that work, Franchesca?
So we would sit down with you and we would have a consult with you. So after you go on our website and fill the Join Today button, we would receive your information.
Mm-hmm.
We would contact you.
Yeah.
And after we have a conversation with you, we would go through a questionnaire to figure out what you like, what you don't like, if you have any food allergies, what your current health condition is.
Right.
As AZERETH pointed out.
Yeah. Well, AZERETH is a special case, and we'll get back to her, because I think she is now being inspired. I see her. She's now concentrating right now for the remaining horoscope. She's taking inspiration from the universe. So we're going to leave AZERETH here to find inspiration on her own. But so in your case, it's not as if somebody goes into your site, picks anything they want. You instead consult with the individual to find out exactly what kind of food is going to be pertinent for that individual, which is a twist with that I didn't know, which is great, right?
Yes, and the reason we do that is because if you knew what to eat, then you wouldn't have gotten sick to begin with, or you wouldn't be looking for our services. So as opposed to letting a client pick, breakfast for burritos for breakfast every day, because that's what their taste buds like, we try to hone down on providing something different every day for lunch and dinner, so you're not repeating foods, because that kind of gets boring too.
Yeah, it is one of the myths that as consumers we have is that, all right, I'm going to go to franskitchenaz.com. I'm going to sign up. I'm going to talk to Fran, and I'm going to get this consult. I'm going to get my meals prepped and so forth. In some of our minds, we think, I maybe I don't want to do that because it might be just too expensive. But it's more affordable than what you think, right?
Yes. For New Year's right now, we're running a special.
Yep.
And when you join with your friend, you actually get like 20% off the meal plan.
Wow.
And it's very comparable to what other meal prep companies charge locally, with the added benefit that you're receiving organic food.
Wow. And not only that, but I can't think of any better gift than giving the gift of health.
Yes.
Giving the gift of health, in particular coming from somebody that has experienced death knocking at her door. I mean, I'm not exaggerating. I'm not being hyperbolic, but that's exactly what happened to you.
Yes.
So that's really amazing. Wine has some incredible powers as well. It's been studied, Kim, and please, you jump in, because you have you went to UC Davis over in California, which is probably the mecca for wine studies.
I was going to add, because this is a nice connection with what she does.
Yeah.
The Pinot Noir itself has one of the elements in all the things, and red wine's made up of about 600 compounds. Is a thing called resveratrol, and this is a chemical, or a compound, I guess, in the wine that is very good for anti-cancer, for your heart. It's got about 4 or 5 things, antioxidation.
Yep.
And I just read a book on wine technology that said that one of the reasons why we die is because the body oxidizes. And so if you can prevent that from happening, or lengthen it, because everybody's going to pass away at some point in time, then you can really do the body good.
Azereth, I don't think your body oxidizes ever, does it? I mean, I look at it, and in fact, it looks rock, solid rock.
It doesn't look rusty, does it?
It doesn't look rusty at all. In fact, it looks incredibly well, and that was, of course.
I use a lot of magic for all my beauty secrets, and absolutely.
Is that self magic, or do you have a partner?
Oh no, just self. I do like manjuras.
What?
So, like
what did you say? Manjuras?
Manjur. Mm-hmm.
And what is that?
It's like a mixture of magic, organic foods, wine, milk, all sorts of different things. It's kind of like.
And do you eat that, or do you spread that? And like I noticed a few minutes ago, you said that you would want to spread some wine in my body and drink off of it. Is that something that you do with the manjuras?
Absolutely. I put it all over my body, depending what body part that I want to improve.
Oh, I see.
And I do a lot on the face, even though I wear a mask. But I underneath the mask is a lot of beauty, because I really try to put a lot into it. I especially like yogurt and honey and avocado.
You like yogurt?
Yogurt. Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I see. But I think what Mr. Hartleraoad is talking about, the power of wine and antioxidant qualities of it, is I think that you may want to drink in moderation, perhaps a little bit of a glass of wine a day in moderation, so that it could be a preventive medicine. I don't think that he's thinking pouring it in your body, mixing it with yogurt.
Well, I do love wine. I do love wine, and it's funny because a lot of people they drink too much alcohol, and that's not good. But wine is what I'm learning right now, and of course I know everything.
Of course,
it is so healthy, and it makes you feel good, it relaxes you, and with all these antioxidants, who doesn't want to stay young forever?
Well, I've seen you since I met you. I think you're regressively aging. In fact, that you're becoming like Benjamin Button. If you ever saw that movie, you're just going backwards. You're going backwards, Azereth. You look better every day.
Thank you. Soon I will be a virgin again.
I don't know. I mean, that's information that I am not privy about. I mean, and by you mentioning or saying that you're going to be a virgin again, then I assume that you're not one at this point.
No. I had to experience a lot in life, so I could have all this knowledge for you. Otherwise, I would not be complete.
And we're so grateful that you're imparting this knowledge with us today. And do you have any more horoscopes to read?
Well, I would like to read a few more and then finish, because then I kind of sense that my friend here has like something in Spanish that he wants to let us know about.
Your friend being Mr. Hartleraoad. And I think that he's becoming your best friend, right? Because he's a Sagittarius, and you deduced...
And he makes wine.
And I think that in the break that we had, I think that you rifled through his wallet, and I think that you found a platinum credit card, and I believe that is something that inspired you, Azereth.
Yes, inspiration. I am about inspiration after all.
I see. Mm-hmm. I see. Okay. So you're concentrating right now. You're taking a cue from the universe right now, and I see that your breathing is getting shallow, and now you are about to tell us a little bit about what's in store for the next
horoscope. Yes.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I will go with Cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Cancer. I recommend sushi because Cancer likes everything raw. Leo. Herbal tea.
Yeah.
But they must add some Viagra to the tea because they're show-offs.
I see.
Then it is Virgo. For you, I suggest potatoes or pasta.
Potatoes?
Because they're very complex people.
Mm-hmm.
But they must put it in their partner's mouth.
Oh, I see.
To satisfy the partner, because they're complex, so they need it. And I think I have pretty much done them all. So now I'm sensing that my rich friend over here,
yes,
he wants to say something in Spanish to inspire us.
Yes. Okay. So with that cue, we understand Kim Hartleraoad also not only is one of the best winemakers with his Blue Cape wine but also he's a poet. He's a poet. So he's going to regale us with a Spanish poem.
Well, from my studies in Spanish at Indiana University, my favorite poem is from the Spanish poet Gustavo Adolfo Bécquer.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the poem.
Sure.
Por una mirada el mundo, por una sonrisa el cielo, por un beso, yo no sé qué te diera por un beso. And do we want to translate that?
Please,
just leave it?
Please go ahead.
It's for a sight of you, the world, for a smile from you, the heavens, for a kiss from you. I don't know what I do with a kiss from you.
That
sounds better in Spanish, I think.
And it's beautiful.
It's
of course, Adolfo Bécquer, one of my favorite poets. As a matter of fact, that we're talking about love, food, wine, and inspiration. And this is just a terrific show. But now that we're with Kim over here, you have a double gold bottle. Let's introduce that to the world. Let's talk about that.
Our 2012 Blue Cape Cellars Pinot Noir from Santa Rita Hills, California, grapes, won a double gold, 96 out of 100 points. In 2014, when you win double gold, it means that the first committee, which is about 8 people, say, yes, this is eligible for a best of show wine. And then the second committee, which is, I think, 4 people, votes on all the wines, and they give it all a thumbs up. And if there's a single dissenting vote, apparently you get gold medal, but you don't get double gold. So in 2014, we were able to get grapes from 2 vineyards in Santa Rita Hills. One's called Rio Vista, one's called Hayes Ranch. And we made 13 barrels of Pinot Noir. 4 of our barrels were from the Redu wine company in France that they only make so many barrels of this type a year. So the ingredients into our Blue Cape Cellars Pinot Noir is pretty amazing. We have about 85 cases left from our original 250. And this month, we are going to be introducing our 2012 Reserve, which didn't win quite the medal, but is still a very delicious wine. It was just, I think it was a little youthful tasting when the judges first judged it. It got a bronze medal, but I think if we re-entered it in a contest now, it would score higher. But they're both delicious.
Let me ask you this question. So where would people go to find the double gold? If I wanted to buy a bottle of it, is that still available?
Yes.
And where would we go to get it?
Okay. The easiest place is the Duck and Decanter on 16th Street in Camelback.
That's in Phoenix, Arizona.
Right behind the Copenhagen store. Mm-hmm. They have the double gold just about all the time. Phoenix Wine Shop on about 71st Place in Shea. Tom Hamilton's store there. You can get it there. It's also available on the wine lists at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse, and it is soon to be available again at the Wrigley Mansion and also at a restaurant called Coup de Tar. It looks like Coupe des Tarts, but it's pronounced Coup de Tar.
This is a very naive question. So once this reserve is gone, it's gone forever, right?
Yep.
I mean, you can't produce it anymore. You can't replicate it.
Of that vintage.
Yes. It's gone. It's gone.
What you try to do though is you try to develop a style, and we're going to continue to buy good grapes from Santa Barbara County. And one of for the 2017, we're hoping to maybe double our production. If our sales continue to be strong, we will.
How long would this wine be good until? So let's assume 10 years from now, can I still drink it and have that same flavor, or does it have an expiration date?
As wine develops in the bottle, it of course is organic, and it changes. So it becomes a little less fruity and a little more complex. I would say that the Pinot Noir that we have will go at least, the 2012 will go at least 5 more years. And it might expand that, but I would say 5 more years.
To have the same consistency and quality that it had at the time that it was produced back in 2014.
Well, it's going to change a little bit with the bottle aging, but what it will do is it will still be very, very good wine. Eventually, the components of the wine sort of change, and at some point there's a curve of it's on a downhill slide.
But
this one still is drinking very well.
Nice. And it's still available in the places that you mentioned. Franchesca from Frans Kitchen, do you change your menu every so often, or do you have some staples that are the consistent ones, the ones that are requested more, not that are requested more, but they're more popular in your repertoire and your menu?
We have some popular dishes in our repertoire, and then we also switch the menu every quarter.
Which are the popular ones? We know, of course, that, for instance, AZERETH likes the plátano maduros, but do you have something else that is popular?
Yes, we have a garlic basil black rice.
Garlic basil black rice.
With some sauteed chicken and a microgreen salad. And we can pair that with avocado for sure.
Avocado is probably one of my favorite, and it's one of the healthiest foods ever, right?
Absolutely. It's completely healthy. It has so many good things. I can't say enough about avocado and the benefits you receive from eating it.
Avocado, beans, mushrooms, lobsters, soybeans, oysters. Do you like oysters, AZERETH?
Oh, I love oysters. They feel so good coming down in the throat. Oh, so yummy.
Yeah, so you like the feeling of that gooey type of thing going down your throat?
Oh, definitely. So good. It tastes so good.
And you like a specific type of oysters, like from the East Coast or the West Coast?
Oh, I'm not picky.
You're not picky. We are finding out a lot about you, AZERETH. You're not picky. You like expensive wine. You like expensive wallets. You like expensive purses. In fact, you like everything expensive, and you're not discriminated as to the type of man, so long as it has those three requirements. Is that correct?
Well, I do like a lot of nice things, but I just don't like to pay for them myself. It's
Obviously,
too hard.
sure.
It's too hard.
So we men wind up paying for your expensive taste. Is that what you're saying?
Well, because I have so much knowledge to give to people, I think I earn these nice gifts.
Right. You earn these gifts, and so you want people to pay for them.
Yes.
I see. So let me just say goodbye to our friends over here in the studio, because we've had Franchesca Santana from Frans Kitchen. Man, delicious. This is you provide such an incredible service because of your own background. Very thankful that you're here. And, of course, Kim Hartleraoad, who also had a radio background. So I can tell that you have a radio background because of your voice. You have the deepness. It's very rich, his voice, right?
I really like coming here because the voices that I hear right now, I don't know if to go right, to go left. It's so, wow, so nice, so sexy.
Yeah, so the voices I think that you hear from him are the voices coming from his wallet, I think, AZERETH. But that's okay. Tune in every Sunday, and this your independent radio station, 1100 KFNX from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m., or you're missing out. Like, if you didn't tune in today, you missed out, because Entrepreneurs en Fuego is the #1 multimedia broadcast show for entrepreneurs in the planet. Did you know that?
Oh, my goodness, and probably even the universe, too.
We're certainly going to be there if you continue coming into the studio. What a show. I am going to leave you, since our friend Kim gave us some inspirational talk, I'm going to leave you with something for you to be inspired. You cannot let a fear of failure, or a fear of comparison, or a fear of judgment stop you from doing what's going to make you great. You cannot succeed without the risk of failure, and you cannot have a voice without the risk of criticism, and you cannot love AZERETH without the risk of love. You must go out there and take this risk. This has been the Entrepreneurs en Fuego radio show, the #1 multimedia broadcast show for entrepreneurs in the planet. And until next week, we are out.
You're listening to Independent Talk, 1100 KFNX, Cave Creek, Phoenix, a division of Premier Radio Stations.
Weather in Georgia. Women oppose Trump. I'm Christopher Cruz. Georgia emergency management officials say